answer your question. Maybe our bus driver, Ro, might be able to answer your question. Right, Ro? And if we still cannot get you your answer, I will get you the answer before you leave, or I might consult Uncle Google. So, and I'll be your tour guide for the day, Mr. Shaquille Lewis. Remember the great Shaquille O'Neal, the great basketball player? Unfortunately, I do not play basketball. I just have the name. Anyone have any questions? That's not Vision of the Sea?
No, it's Grandeur.
Rhapsody of the Sea?
Grandeur.
You can call it what you like, and I'll call it what I like. So in this case today, I'm going to call it Wonder of the Sea.
Okay.
The lovely back storage facility. Isn't it lovely? There is something inside of it that begins with M. I'll give you a hint. It begins with M, and no, it is not money. It is molasses, which is used to make St. Vincent's very strong rum. Would you like to know the alcohol percentage of this rum?
Yeah.
When you drink it, you get very happy. Then the sun sets. It is called sunset. It is... No, I'm not going to tell you.
Then in the morning you get a headache.
After you drink it, you get happy, then the sun sets. So I'm not going to tell you what the alcohol percentage is. It is 84.5% alcohol. It's enough to light a barbecue. So in St. Vincent we have 3 main streets: Back Street, Middle Street, Bay Street. Each street are 1 mile long and they run parallel to each other. So we will not get lost while we are in St. Vincent. On the right, I present to you a very important store in St. Vincent. Phyllis. Sickagers and Company on the right. On the right and on the left, you can see some of the many foods that are grown in St. Vincent. And because today is market day, you're going to see a lot of these on the road. I'm going to introduce you to the restaurants on the island. We have restaurant number 1, Subway, and restaurant number 2, KFC. Now everybody know KFC means Kentucky Fried Chicken, right?
Yes.
But in St. Vincent, KFC means keep from cooking and keep fat coming. Welcome to the capital city of Kingstown. We are now in the capital city of Kingstown and we are on Bay Street. So Kingstown was known as the city of arches. So what I'm going to do, we are going to be driving to Heritage Square, which is the Lyman pub on the island. And I'm going to take you to your first stop, which is the Carnegie building, where we're going to see some artifacts from our indigenous people. And then I will explain more as we go along. So I'm going to take you to the Carnegie building. Any questions in the meanwhile? Any questions? Anybody wants to go back to the beautiful ship, Wonder of the Sea? No? I'm going to be taking you to our first stop. So we're going to be in a bit of a dilemma here. So please watch your step as we come out. Yeah, that's what we're going to. So you're going to be careful. Nago tribe, and then you had some enslaved Africans. And then here comes the arrival of the French. The natives allowed the French to occupy on one side of the island, and the natives were on one side of the island. Then here comes the arrival of the British. Now this is when it gets interesting. The French give the island over to the British. The British give the island back to the French. Back to the British, back to the French, then to the British. 4 years later, the French regained the control of the island, back to the French, and then finally back to the British. So when this happened, the natives who were living here were not happy about this development. So the natives and the British engaged themselves in 2 years of fighting called guerrilla warfare. So I will explain the history as we go along. So staying on to your right, Kingstown was known as a city of arches, but a lot of these arches has been squared. One building keeps its original charm. The lovely cobblestone inn, which was once a sugar warehouse, and when the British exiled King George stayed at that location. Now, to the left, I present to you the tallest building in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the financial complex or the administrative center. On the lower floor is the government's treasury. On the top floor is the Prime Minister's office. So the famous saying is that the Prime Minister sits on top of everybody's money. Back to the right, I present to you the Central Police Station. In the days of sugar, the ship come with the bricks and they leave with the sugar. Also on to the right, I present to you the cenotaph or the Iron Man, which is a memorial for the Vincentian soldiers who fought during World Wars I and II. And on the left, I present to you our fish market and our bus stop, in which we call Little Tokyo. Welcome to Little Tokyo. We are currently driving on reclaimed land from the sea. Because we had tied with the country of Japan, Japan would have given us the resources to reclaim the land from the sea. Any questions? I'm going to do a roll call. Anybody from Miami? Anybody from New York? Anybody from the US?
Yes.
Anybody from Canada? Anybody from England? Anybody from the Caribbean?
Barbados.
Anybody from Barbados? Anybody from St. Vincent?
You.
Other than me and the bus driver? Anybody from St. Vincent? Well, I'm going to ask the bus driver to take us back to the terminal. Anybody from St. Vincent?
Woo-hoo!
Anybody from St. Vincent?
Oh, we all are. We're supposed to all be answering, right?
Yes.
Say, we are here. We are from here.
What is your favorite island?
St. Vincent.
What will remain your favorite island?
St. Vincent.
Anybody coming back tomorrow? Next week? Next year?
Yeah.
Should I call the Belgian authorities and tell them the ship is not coming back to Barbados? So the official language of St. Vincent. So now that I'm going to introduce you to a local expression. So you guys are going to repeat after me. But before I do that, I'm going to introduce you to the churches avenue on the island. The major religion on the island is Christianity. And the three major denominations we're going to be seeing now. The first church I'm going to be presenting to you on your right, I present to you the Kingstown Methodist Church that was built on the 4th of August 1841 by free slaves, the Kingstown Methodist Church. Staying on to your right, the next church I'm going to present to you is the St. George's Cathedral, the Church of England. Inside of the St. George's Cathedral, there's a stained glass which Queen Victoria commissioned for her grandson. She wanted the white angel, she got the color red, it was gifted to St. Vincent. And further adjacent to St. George's Cathedral, we have the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Cathedral. Any question? Any question? I'm looking for a question. Any question? Over that was the question I was looking for, was over 200 years old. The question I was looking for has to do with the color of the church. Why is it so black? Because St. Vincent is a volcanic island, volcanic sand and stone was used in the cornerstone. Anyone ever seen an underground hotel?
No.
Would you like to see an underground hotel?
Yeah.
See if it's underground.
So, on the right. Uha Coco. Ah. Uha Coco ah. No. Have a look for it. Let me hear you say it by yourself. Let me hear you say it by yourself. I present you the Victoria Park, which is used for sporting activities and for the best time of the year, Carnival. So, who are couple don't have to look for rain. It means before you judge others, look at yourself. We are familiar with the expression, if you live in a glass house, don't trust stones. That is the exact meaning of who are couple don't have to look for rain. Or maybe I should use a Bayesian expression for my Bayesian friend. You Bayesians like to say, if it was not the Christian, you can't get the wedding, right? Or fisherman never see the fish stink.
Yeah.
So, those are examples of expressions you will hear inside of the Caribbean. Now, I present to you the largest underground hotel in St. Vincent. So once you check in, there's no checking out. So I'm going to take you to our next stop, which is the Botanical Gardens. Is there anyone who is planning to get married or to renew your vows? If you are, I'm going to show you the perfect spot to do so. If you decide you do not want to go through with the wedding, I'm going to show you the 2 exits without being seen. So the Botanical Garden was established in 1765. It was intended for medicinal purposes, but over the years, it became more of a recreational park. So we are going to see many interesting plants.